Good morning and welcome to today's vlog. I am sharing with you our airport experience as we fly from Toronto Pearson Airport to Cancun, Mexico, making our way to our home in Riviera, Mexico after 6 long months in lockdown in Canada. So this vlog is all about the airport experience with the newly eased travel restrictions in place. Please note these travel restrictions are again changing as of August 9th, so your experience might be way different than mine. So stay along and let's fly to Cancun. So the check-in process is all done through the app or on the kiosks. We had done our check-in on the Air Canada app as we're flying Air Canada. We then printed our not our boarding pass, our luggage tags, and everything is pretty much contactless. There's no reps behind the counters at all. There are some reps there to tell you or help you, but very minimal. As we made our way to the airport very early, we were there 3 hours prior to our flight. I'd always rather be early than miss my flight. You can see this is the security line. We made our way through security in no time. However, half an hour later, you can see it's getting a little busier, but there's still not that many people. We were able to enjoy the Maple Leaf Lounge as we still had quite a few hours prior to our flight. Enjoyed our coffee, had a little breakfast, and then made our way to our gate. This is pretty much the emptiest I've seen Toronto Pearson. It felt so good to be back, to be, I guess, around people. People were pretty respectful of the mask regulations. Of course, there'll be more crowds. You'll need to get comfortable being around a lot of people, especially in lineups. But the restaurants were open. People were enjoying a breakfast beer, breakfast mimosa, line up at Starbucks. I was just happy to get on that flight and be in the air again. What a relief and just a sense of freedom. Let's get to Cancun.
Welcome to Cancun. The local time, there is a change of 1 hour behind. It's now 11:25 in the morning. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, cabin luggage stowed until the aircraft comes to a complete and final stop in front of the terminal building. And the captain switches off the fasten seatbelt sign.
And just as we arrived, it was busy, flights everywhere, and our gate was not ready. So we had to deplane from the back and get in the big buses to go to immigration. As you can see here, these are the immigration lines. It was busy, chaotic, and full of people, but it did go quickly enough. First stop, Margaritaville for a cerveza fria. We had booked our transfers with Canada Transfer. We booked with them for the past 15 years. They are top-notch service. The driver was a little late. This was a first. However, you'll see a bit later that traffic is chaotic in Cancun right now. They sanitize all of our luggage. Service is amazing with them. The driver is always so friendly. And here we are making our way to our home in Akumal. traffic is beginning to halt as we get closer to Playa del Carmen. There is a sinkhole that collapsed in the middle of the road, therefore both lanes, southbound and northbound, are to a one-lane traffic, which causes chaotic traffic, very long travel times. It usually takes us an hour and 15 minutes to get to our home in Akumal. This time it did take a little more than 2 hours. However, it has since been reopened, so there are still 2 lanes open. So traffic shouldn't be that chaotic as of now in August. And here we are home. Wow, it's hot. July is no joke in Mexico, guys. Holy jeez. Set out to go for a jog this morning. That did not happen. I am walking and I am sweating bullets. Holy jeez. Almost no wind. Very, very humid. So the purpose of this trip was simply to go to our home in Mexico to have some work done. We need to have some doors installed and a security system installed. So this was our first time in Mexico in July, and it was hot, but we really enjoyed it. We did get a little bit of time by the sea, happy hour, meeting with friends, and dinner. This is our favorite place, Loja Restaurant and Bar. If you haven't been, check it out. Yes, there is a little more seaweed than usual, but this is common in the summer months in Mexico. Still very enjoyable. And sadly, margarita time was over with, and we had to have a PCR test administered to re-enter Canada. These are the 2 lovely nurses that administered our tests. Very professional, clean. We had our results the day after by email and WhatsApp. I will link their contact information below. We made our way through Cancun airport again very early. The 2 lines were open on the traffic, which we did not know. So we had given ourselves extra time, but we were there early, pretty much second in line. To leave Mexico, you need a health questionnaire filled out, which you'll see the QR code at the check-in counter. This, my friends, are the security lines. This is what took forever. So pack your patience and kindness, peeps. And of course, we had to have a brunch with an amazing Caesar at Di Fieri's in Cancun Airport before boarding our flight. So as I am walking inside the Cancun terminal, just looking around at the shops and restaurants, you can see there's a lot of people at the Cancun airport. People are traveling. There are very few restrictions, if any, to enter Mexico at the moment. That does not mean it's not going to change. I am telling you my experience as we went in July. So to enter Mexico at the moment, there's no COVID test or quarantine restrictions in place as of this video, which was taped in July. However, to enter Canada, so this is leaving Cancun, flying into Canada, there are restrictions in place. You do need to have a PCR test administered up to 72 hours prior to your arrival into Canada. You need to download the Arrive Can app on your mobile, where you can upload a copy of your vaccination proof. As we flew in July, fully vaccinated Canadians were exempted from the 3-day hotel quarantine, as As with the 14 days quarantine, this again will change on August 9th. So requirements are changing every day. You need to check official government websites for requirements that are going to be in place at your travel dates. I will link those below. Those are your best source of information for up-to-date travel requirements. And also the health questionnaire that I showed to you earlier, where you can scan the QR code at the Cancun airport check-in. And that was checked when we went through security. So that will not be checked, or it was not checked in Toronto upon our arrival. That was simply for Mexico departure requirements. So our short week here was through, and I really did not know what to expect arriving in Toronto, because I knew there was a test required on arrival. However, given that we flew like just a few days after the eased requirements in place, I tried searching for where we were taking our PCR test or COVID test when we arrived in Toronto. Not a lot of information given, so we just went with the flow and followed the crowd. Pretty much, I know my way into Toronto Airport, as we fly pretty often. However, you will see that customs in Toronto is crazy. I guess everybody's just learning the new requirements that are given or changing every day. Nobody knows really what to expect. The employees and staff are doing the best that they can. They are also learning new ways of doing things and being changed daily, weekly and monthly. So this is the customs line. This was the longest wait of our travel or our airport experience. So if you have small kids, pack up your patience, pack up some snacks. It was crazy long. I think we arrived in Toronto, I want to say at 5, and we did not get out of the airport before 7:30. So these were the lineups just to get through customs. They ask for your arrival app information, where they look at your PCR tests results and your vaccination status. So this is leaving. We got our luggage, went through customs, got our luggage, and now this is like, well, where do we do our test? So I assumed it was here, but lo and behold, they were handing out home kits for everybody to take home and do your own test. So these are home kits. Again, this will change on August 9th. So the home test will not be required anymore if you are fully vaccinated. And here we are. Made it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I am so happy to be traveling again. So stay tuned. This is the first of many more travel adventures ahead.